Welcome to another episode of Grub Masters. It's Labor Day weekend and we're doing smoked pulled pork. Johnny, what is smoked pulled pork?
It's just pork that we're gonna just low and slow for a really long time. And then we'll be able to just shred it down, pull it apart, and it's just gonna be amazing.
I see you got pork butt here. Is it really the butt?
Yeah, so these are called Boston butts. Boston butts are really the shoulder of the pig, and it's a hard working piece of meat. It's just a muscle that's constantly propelling that little guy forward, backwards, sideways, what have you. And it's got a lot of fat content, and it's just a tough piece of meat because it's just working all the time. So that's why we want to do it low and slow. It's not going to be something that you're going to make a pork steak out of and really enjoy, but low and slow with that fat content and just kind of rendering all that stuff down just is magical.
So we're gonna make a rub, we're gonna apply the rub, fire up the smoker, get the pork on there, cook it maybe 14, 16 hours.
Get some sleep somewhere in the middle of that.
Right, and then we're gonna be in heaven.
Absolutely.
Johnny, let's make the rub. What do we got in this rub?
This rub's really easy. So I've got some coarse black pepper. I like the coarse stuff. To that, I'm gonna add some paprika. Now, don't go with smoked paprika because we're gonna be smoking anyway. You don't want too much smoke. This is just plain Jane paprika. I've got some kosher salt. I've got some light brown sugar. Throw that in. I've got some granulated garlic, some dry mustard, and last but not least,
A little cayenne pepper.
a smidge
Just a smidge.
of cayenne.
Gotta add a little bit of in there.
Exactly. So we've got that, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna mix it all around. Now, this is enough for the 3 butts that we have.
Yep.
So you could adjust this up or down.
Let's get the rub on this bad boy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we took the cryovac off of our butt, and this is just a beautiful piece of meat. It's got a nice fat cap already on here. There's really nothing to trim. I mean, it's just ready to go the way that it is, and that's one of the things that makes pulled pork so easy is you're not trimming it like crazy.
Right.
So
First thing we need to do, we need to apply some stickage. I'm gonna just use some regular yellow mustard here, get it on there, and simply for stickage purposes, it's not gonna add any flavor. So John,
just to help us adhere our rub, this is where the gloves come in pretty key, is now you can just really give it a nice slather, and hit me on the bottom side. And I'm just coating the full surface of the butt with that mustard. All right, and so now we are ready for sprinkle. All right, and that's pretty good. Just get a little bit more right there. All right, so we're gonna do up the rest of the butts. We're gonna set them aside. Our coals are up to temp here. I've got a chimney with about 20 coals in it, and we've got a hopper here. The charcoal basket's absolutely full.
impregnated some apple wood. Let's get this coal on. Let's get this thing started.
So again, watch our previous video, but I'm gonna sprinkle these hot coals on top, and they're gonna burn down. Fire always wants to burn up. We're making it burn down, so it's gonna go low and slow and get us most of the way through the night, if not all the way through the night.
Johnny, let's get these bad boys on.
It's time.
Smoker's up to 225.
Awesome. So we're just gonna place these on the grate in such a way that they all fit without really touching the best we can without going blind.
Stick the thermometer in this. We're going to shoot for an internal temperature of about 190, 195. Going to let this go almost 14 to 16 hours.
Right.
About 160, we'll start spritzing it. Once it hits about 190, 195, we're going to take it off, let it rest about an hour or two, and then it's party time. It's been almost 17 hours.
Yeah.
Let's take a look, John.
It rained overnight and it was pretty cold, so I think that added to our times a little bit. So during that amount of time, I've been in and out all night, checking on it, adjusting the vents to make sure that our vents hold at 225. Now, I'll be honest, we dipped down to about 200 while I was sleeping. Sometimes I stoked it up. It got to 250, but we've been averaging right around 225, and it's at about 190 now. So we're going to pull these guys.
Right.
All right, so
just met that 190 internal temperature, and take them off, get them in our foil pans here, wrap them up, and put it on our cooler. Let them rest for about an hour.
these are coming apart right on the grate. It's basically pulling right on the grill. Whew.
This looks so good. So good. And it smells even better. So I'm going to give it a quick wrap here. Let them rest for about an hour. We'll come back and we'll see you.
This has been an epic 17-hour cook. We battled the elements today.
Yeah.
It rained cats and dogs last night. Temperature dropped quite a bit, but through it all, we maintained our cook. They were falling off the grill grate when we pulled it out. We just fiddled with our grates on the bottom. We added charcoal a few times, and we just kind of monitored it to keep that temperature. And then we just spritzed. I found this pretty cool. I'm always looking for a spritz bottle that my wife didn't use to clean the bathroom. So I'm always buying new ones and throwing them away. I found these at the store. They're pretty cool. They go right onto a beer bottle. You can fill the beer bottle with whatever you want. Apple juice, or in this case, we didn't empty it at all. We just stuck it right into a fresh Sam Adams and basted with that during our cook. So that's been good. We did the rub. We did the cook. We did the cold control. We did the spritz. We pulled it. We rested it for an hour. It's time to pull it.
It's time.
Pull it, pull it.
All right.
Pull it apart time. All right, let's see what we got. Wow. Just unwrapping that, what did you smell?
Pure perfection.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a little bit of smokiness.
Get in there.
And it pulled out clean. I mean, there's not, well, there's one little piece of meat on there. Take care of that.
You sure?
Yeah. So that's what you want to see. You want to be able to pull this bone right out. And the other thing too is pushing on this, there is no resistance. I could literally put my finger right into it.
Right.
So we were going by temperature. We went to 190. We knew it would carry over more in the cooler. But we took the probe and we just kind of gave it a couple pokes and it went through like melted butter. Just very little resistance at all. So now all we're going to do is we're going to just shred this up. You could use your fingers. This has cooled down quite a bit now. I've got these claws that I like to use to take them off because they're so hot when they're on the grill. But this meat is just shredding right apart. And look, you got your nice smoke ring there. Nice smoke ring, good bark. Just give that a taste, Chris.
Oh, I will.
And there wasn't really a lot of fat to speak of on this to begin with.
Nice smoky flavor. Got a little bit of that bark in there. Great seasoning on that.
Juicy?
Juicy. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, to pull this is literally to just shred it down.
We're going to have a lot of happy people here today.
And you're going to want to get some of those bits in there of the bark, too. So you're just going to shred it all down. It's sometimes easier just to use your hands. And that's it. So we've got our nice pulled pork here. Let's make a sandwich.
Take a little wallop first, John.
Yeah, take a little taste.
Take a little taste.
You don't mind? All right. Wow. That was good. It's really good. I mean, we love everything that we cook, but that was especially good. All right, so let's just pile up some meat. A sandwich. A nice piece of bark on there. They hit a little barbecue sauce. This is just a snacker slider. This is something that you just inhale. Probably gonna have 8 of these later. And I think what I'm gonna do is cut that right in half.
Sounds good.
So we'll shred up this a little bit more thoroughly for our guests, but we just want to get in here and give this a tasty taste. You know what? I don't know. I think that's not enough meat. That's not enough meat for me.
Think I know where we can find some more.
Now I'm good. Now I'm happy. All right, you gotta have the proper ratio of bun to meat.
Cheers.
You're going light today. Cheers, my friend.
Second one, I'll make it nice and heavy. That's nice. Oh yeah.
The texture is what I love about pulled pork. It just really melts in your mouth if you do it right. If you get it up there to the right temperature, you check it for the doneness, and there's no resistance, it just melts in your mouth. It's amazing. One more bite.
Some delicious stuff here. Smoked pulled pork. If you like what you see, please subscribe.
See you next time.
We're going hot.
All right,
here,
we're going
Kurt.
hot again.
The peanut gallery. Oh,
Well, we were, technically.
you know, see, I'm gonna blush. There's gonna be continuity
Oh, that's you being naughty now.